Iron Delić Podcast, Sports with Luka Delić. I just want to say big respect. 68th episode. Let's keep it going.
68?
60th.
60th, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
6-0. Okay, so I want to start immediately with the Champions League because there's a quote that...
That's not a lot. I don't want to stop it. That's not a lot. I feel like 60, man. I feel like we did more, but I guess...
No, it's 60, yeah. I know.
It's not a lot, huh?
It's not a lot. Like, when I think about it, I'm like, damn, we've been doing it for so long. I remember planning so many episodes and going and doing them, then editing. Then I'm like, then I look at how many episodes I did. I'm like, 60. Like fucking Joe Rogan has 2,300 almost.
Yeah, it doesn't feel... It feels more, but I guess it is.
No,
man.
it's 60, yeah.
60, that's not...
Like altogether since the beginning, 60 episodes.
Yeah, it's not that much.
Yeah, it's not... Yeah.
We're not even close to 100. 100 is nothing still.
I know, like,
Yeah.
when you see a podcast... Let's say a podcast, episode number 150, you're like, oh, it's a new podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
me below 500, I'm like, oh, it's still new. Like,
yeah, but it's so imagine how much work they actually put people who have
full-time jobs.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Because like I said, I want to start off immediately with the Champions League because it's been recently. There's this quote that Sergio Aguero said, and I'm quoting him right now. He said, Real Madrid can't beat City. If they beat City, I'll cut off my testicles. He said this word for word, bar for bar. Sergio Aguero, I guess you gotta cut off your testicles on live stream. He does a lot of live streams recently. But bro, Real Madrid destroyed Man City. And like we talked about it last podcast, we were debating over the fact of if Real Madrid was to face a Man City or a Bayern Munich or a high-level team, you don't think they would win. And then I said, you know what? How I see Real Madrid is they didn't have the best beginning of the season, but they're still Real Madrid. The composition of players still maybe isn't the best, but it's still fantastic fucking players, amazing players. And they just proved themselves against Man City 2 games, one home and one away, especially the game home. They fucking destroyed Man City the second game. And special shout out, Kylian Mbappe went fucking crazy that game. His hat trick, every single goal was amazing, and he just played amazing. And I just wanted to touch base on that one.
My opinion is like first game, like Man City played way better first game.
In the beginning.
But also they scored like the 2 goals at the end in the final minutes where there was like a mental lapse. But Man City were playing better and they were playing like their usual players like Haaland and De Bruyne and Kushanov, the new center back. They didn't play him. And was Marmoush playing? I think Marmoush was playing. I think it was like Foden and Grealish and Bernardo. But then after the game, just a couple of days before the game, I don't know why Pep was going to the media and saying that Man City has 1% chance of winning. Then I was like, why is he saying that a couple of days before the game? I don't understand why. Like, you guys, I think they were up 2-1, like 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, and then they scored 2 goals at the end in the final minutes.
Yeah.
And it was like a mental lapse. Like, fuck, sometimes that happens. Like, there's 2 goals in 2 minutes, and the other team is just like sleeping a little bit.
That's pure Real Madrid style.
They always do that shit, huh?
Pure Real Madrid style, man. Pure.
But then
Real
I was like,
Madrid.
okay, but like it's 3-2. They're going to Real Madrid. It's gonna be hard to win in Madrid. But I'm like, they played better for 99% of the game.
Because the thing is, the first you're talking about the first game at Etihad Stadium.
Yeah.
Listen, in the beginning of the game, Man City were playing better. They were dominating more and whatever. But I knew that Real Madrid were gonna win because they weren't. In my opinion, there wasn't a big difference. I mean, it was very similar, and knowing Real Madrid, they have better players than Man City on paper, and knowing Real Madrid and their culture in the Champions League and winning, I knew that maybe not that game they would have won because it was away for Real Madrid, but I knew that if Man City don't win this game, there's no chance of them passing.
But then, like, to come back to what I was saying, like he was saying a couple of days before we have 1% chance of winning, and then I look at the lineup a couple of minutes before of the game. I go see the lineup, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Kushanov, who's new, he's like 20 years old.
20, yeah.
He's gonna play in the biggest game of his career. The guy is a center back, and you put him as a left back. Like, what the fuck?
No, he was center back.
No, he started as a left back.
No, left back was Guardiola.
Okay, then he was right back then. He was
right back then, yeah.
He put him at like a right back. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, first of all, why did you even put him? He's still young. Like, and he's gonna play in the Bernabeu versus Real Madrid in the like in the biggest game of his career. Like, why are you even starting him? Like, put him on the bench.
Yeah.
That's first of all. Then I saw he put Marmoush in the place of Haaland on the bench.
Crazy.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
That was fucked up.
I don't understand like what was going through his head. then I thought he's not that stupid. Like, I know you have the argument. Like, sometimes Pep, I guess that's when you're too artistic and creative.
Yep.
Sometimes you do fucked up shit. But honestly, Andre, I think that he surrendered the game. I don't think he thought he was smart.
No. Let me tell you what happened. He knew Real Madrid were going to win, no matter who he put. If you put Haaland, if you put De Bruyne, he knew Real Madrid are going to win. I think that maybe he saw something that we didn't see behind the scenes, whatever. But at the end of the day,
and even
the lineups, no worries. The lineups didn't make sense. So first of all, Haaland is probably one of your most efficient players in your team. Marmoush just came like 2-3 weeks ago. How many games did he play? 2 games before that game?
Not a lot, but he just scored a hat-trick in the EPL.
Perfect. Good for him. Still, Haaland is Haaland. And Marmoush, you don't put him over Haaland. I'm sorry, man. And that game, you need expertise. Haaland has more expertise in those type of situations than Marmoush. And De Bruyne didn't play. I think he's still kind of like slowly coming back.
And in the middle, they put Nico Gonzalez, who's a new player. I think he's gonna be good. He's like a little bit like shades of Rodri, but it's still very early.
Spanish also.
But he's like Spanish, big, tall, strong, runs a lot, like a worker.
Like Rodri,
yeah, similar to Rodri, not good as Rodri, but similar. And Gundogan, I'm like, so you put Kushanov as a back, Gundogan, Gonzalez in the middle, and Marmoush in the play. I'm like, I saw that lineup. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Pep?
That makes sense.
And I think he surrendered the game, man.
He had Foden. Who was on the other wing?
It was Savinho now.
Savinho, yeah.
Savinho is always in Bernardo in the middle. Savinho is good. He's fucking good, but...
To get back to Pep Guardiola and how he thinks, I'm telling you, Luka, like 95% of the time, when he does something new, it's very fucking smart. Like Pep Guardiola, he's one of the GOATs, and probably... stats-wise and trophy-wise and accomplishments, he's probably the GOAT. Accomplishments. Then we can talk about who's actually a better coach and who had more luck and whatever. But stats-wise, he's probably the greatest coach of all time. But there's a 5% of the time where he tries to do too much fucked up things and it just lags.
No, but this was abusive, fucked up.
But it happens with him. Yaya Toure hates him because when Yaya Toure was at Barcelona, he would put him as a center back. Putting Yaya Toure as a center back, Luka, that's like putting Messi on left back. It makes no sense. Like, why the fuck would you put them there? And he would put Yaya Toure in center back. And he made many other things like that players hated him for that.
But this was like abusively crazy. But even then I think a couple of days before, why was he saying that they have a 1% chance to win? And then he does that. I feel like he's just wanting to like calm down expectations, or so when he loses, it's okay. Like.
But still,
or something like that. I don't know.
For a manager, before a game, to say, you know what, we have 1% chance of winning. What does that prove? What does that show you? What kind of coach you are? You have no faith in your players. I mean, even, first of all, you have Man City. You don't have fucking Fulham, and then you're like, you know what? Even then, you shouldn't be saying we only have 1% chance. You should be saying, you know what? It's one game, and it can happen. Let's go and fucking kill people if we have to.
Yeah, of course.
He has Man City. Man City, I mean, that's a fucking world-class team. You guys won the Premier League, 6 Premier Leagues in 8 years. I don't remember exactly what it is. Something of the sort. You won the Champions League. When was the last?
Treble. 2 years ago.
2 years ago. I mean, and you're talking about we only have 1% chance of winning. I mean, that's not good mentality from him. It's not good leadership from Pep Guardiola, who should be known as one of the greatest coaches of all time. And I'm telling you, Luka, there's a 5% of his time where he tries to do something. It's too artistic. It's too like far-fetched. It's too overthinking. It's too overthinked. That doesn't make sense. And that's what happened. He overthinked the shit out of it.
I guess everyone has their faults. And like you said, like 95% of the time he does stuff like that and it works. And this time, if he really tried to win, it just didn't work. But it surprised me a lot. I'm like, man, it would have just seemed this smart just to put like your guys that you know that are good and that do what they have to do. But whatever, man. Like Real Madrid played well, and Kylian Mbappe had the hat trick. But I'm excited to see, man, for these next stages. Real Madrid always have a shot to win the Champions League. But if they play a Liverpool or Barcelona or even a Bayern Munich, man, I think they can take them out. They don't look like clear-cut favorites like Man City. They played like shit, man. Like fucking Bayern would have destroyed them, or Liverpool would have destroyed them that day. They didn't play good, man. Like,
and to touch also bases on Pep Guardiola trying out new things. You don't try out new things against Real Madrid in a knockout stage game. That's not the time to try new things. You try new things against fucking 18th of the table in Premier League one game. That's where you try to try new things. But against Real Madrid in a Champions League knockout, and you're gonna try new things, that's not the place nor the time to try new things.
That's why it surprised me so much. I didn't understand. They didn't even put Haaland back ever. They didn't even put like any of their players.
De Bruyne got in for like the last 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand his strategy there, but hey, whatever, man. Like Real Madrid are going on, but I don't think they're gonna go even to the final.
This I'll have it. For me, Liverpool and Barcelona are by far the two best teams. Real Madrid
even
now.
Bayern are playing very good, man. With
Bayern
company.
are also. But if I had to choose two teams, for me this season so far, Barca and Liverpool are the two best.
And you know Bayern, they re-signed Davies.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I'm happy for that one because I many people talked about, he's going to Real Madrid.
No,
he should come to Real Madrid or whatever. I'm fucking happy he didn't, and he's gonna stay at Bayern Munich, whatever. Yeah. But yes, like I was saying, but still, at Real Madrid, I think so far, Mbappe is just gonna get better and better because, like it or not, Mbappe is by far the best player at Real Madrid. I mean, I said it since the beginning. I don't care if he's playing bad, if he's not in form. He's better than Vini. He's better than Bellingham. He's better than Rodrigo. He's better than whoever. And Mbappe has been on the top of his game since he's like 18 or 19. That's why when we think of Mbappe, we forget about him a little bit because he's been hyped for the past 6 years. But like or not, he's probably right now the best player on planet Earth. Vini, don't get it twisted. Vini and Bellingham are amazing, but at the end, that's Mbappe's team. I feel like slowly he's gonna get better and better. Special shout out to Federico Valverde. He played right back. He played so fucking well as a right back. He's a midfielder, of course, but you saw his crosses. His passes and his crosses were phenomenal that game. Amazing player. And I also wanted to add, Man City. I don't know why they're not playing Doku. I mean, Savinho and Foden are amazing, but I feel like Doku isn't getting enough minutes.
They could move out Bernardo, put Doku, and put Foden in the middle. I feel like have Doku and Savinho on the wings. They both run so fast and they dribble so well. And I'm sure that Foden is smart enough to play in the middle, and he could feed them both easily. So I would do that. I would move out Bernardo. Like, he's still good, but I feel like he's good, but he would be very good in like like AC Milan. Like I think he's in his career now where he would go to a team like that. I don't think he's still Man City worthy. He's still very good, Bernardo Silva, but I would go Doku, Savinho, and Foden and Haaland. Like those would be my four guys up top. Like I would put. It's hard to say, man. In the middle.
With Man City, what I feel like there's a lot of competition between the players because there's so many players. That's the same type. Doku, Savinho, and then he bought Marmoush. Now he has Grealish, he has Foden, he has
Grealish
De Bruyne.
Is done.
Yeah, but still he's there, and he played the first game against Real Madrid. He started the first game, so he's still in the talks, and he's not going to give up. He's still going to fight for his position. But there's so many players of the same type that I don't know if it's good because at the end, they all want to play. Doku's like, fuck this shit. Why am I not? Why am I not starting? And he deserves to feel like that because he's one of the greatest wingers right now. Yeah. Foden feels the same. Marmoush feels the same. Savinho feels the same. So many players. And then also Marmoush can play striker, which he plays basically striker. Yeah. Haaland is there. I mean, Haaland proved it years for now that he's an amazing goal scorer. So I don't know if that's the best logic to have that many players because at the end of the day, they're not getting the time that they want to play.
It's like they lost Palmer like that.
Mm-hmm. And Palmer is fucking.
Yeah, they should have kept him. But
better than all of them right now. If I can add, he's better.
Imagine
probably
Palmer
than all
was
of
in
them.
Man City, man. Holy Lord.
Too many players, and imagine then Foden, Palmer.
But when we talk like that, I feel like Bernardo and De Bruyne and Gundogan, they're gonna leave because you gotta let the young guys eat. Even if De Bruyne is like the best there, he's starting to get older, played there a long time. Like I feel like they're gonna move after this year. Those players.
They should. I mean, De Bruyne because De Bruyne is still the best player.
I know, but he could go to like. Like
Saudi Arabia, get that money.
Sure, but I don't feel he's like that, De Bruyne. I don't feel he's gonna go to Saudi Arabia. He could go, like Man U, man. Go get him. He's older.
Playing from Man City to Man U,
for sure, man.
That would be a big fucking betrayal.
Why not? Like he would be a good veteran with a lot of experiences. He could help turn the ship. Where else would he go? Like Arsenal? Maybe at Arsenal or like a Chelsea. Like he's like for like a young team who's trying to be on the come up, De Bruyne is perfect, man.
Yeah, but Man U, there's no way. I mean, That would be one of the biggest betrayals in football. From going to a Man City legend to playing for
like
Man U.
Van Persie from Arsenal to Man U.
Yeah. Or Luis Figo when he went from Barca to Real Madrid. The Barca fans hated the shit out of him, man. Bro. But yeah, for Man City. Oh, and Guardiola. Guardiola is fucking...
We said it already 1,000 times.
Yeah,
man.
but because the games just happened and he proved it again and again. Yeah. I mean, he's just...
But you need to leave him left back. He's perfect there. He's perfect because he's also big and strong and can defend well.
And
but when he goes to the attack, it's just...
He's very creative and he's very amazing player. Okay, so now let's touch on La Liga. I'm going to quickly say the top 3 so far. So Barca are first. With 24 games played, 16 wins, 3 draws, 5 losses, 51 points. Real Madrid are second, 24 games, 15 wins, 6 draws, 3 losses, which is 51 points, equal to Barca. But since Barca have a better goal differential, they're first. Atletico Madrid are third now, which they were first for many games, with 24 games, 14 wins, 8 draws, and 2 losses, which is 50 points. And La Liga, I feel it's going to be a very tight race, like we said many times. I feel like I still can't put a clear winner for the La Liga, but if I had to bet, I think it's going to be Barca. But Real Madrid are back, man, and Atletico Madrid are also really good.
I feel like Barcelona is going to win, but we're going to have to see. There's still lots of games to win, but I feel like Barcelona, man, they're on the come up, and but we'll see. I'm more excited to see in Champions League, man. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen in Champions League, man. There's a lot of teams, man, that excite me this year.
Mm-hmm. With Barca, one thing, listen, you know, guys, how much I love Lamine Yamal, and his potential is crazy. He's like a Neymar. He's very similar to a Neymar, and his potential is very similar to Neymar. But I'm afraid that what might happen in the future is that he won't have the best mentality and the best football maturity. So in the pitch, when Messi was 16, 17, he used to dribble way more with the ball and keep it way more than when he was 23, 24. Because his football maturity kicked in like every player should. But Neymar, when he was 16, 17, he dribbled a lot, kept the ball a lot. At 23, 24, Neymar, again, dribbled a lot, kept the ball a lot. His football maturity didn't kick in like Messi's kicked in at the age around of 19, 20 for Messi. And Neymar now, at 32, keeps the ball too much, dribbles too much, football maturity isn't there. So that's what I mean by football maturity. I feel like Lamine Yamal, now I hope it doesn't happen to him. I feel like he's closer to a Neymar than to a Messi when it comes to mentality. That's how I feel. I see videos of him with his dad. Did you see videos with his dad?
No.
His dad is like
young. He's young, I think.
We're going to keep it real. His dad was probably like a little street guy.
Yeah.
You know? But when I see Lamine Yamal and his dad doing TikToks, dancing to 50 Cent, whatever, it reminds me of Neymar and his dad when they would do the same things. Maybe not 50 Cent, whatever, but they would make videos of them dancing to Brazilian songs and, just having fun. And then with the hairstyle and like wanting to flex. Like you see Lamine Yamal, he plays with his shorts like below and you can see his like boxers when he plays.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I hope it doesn't happen. I don't think it'll happen as much as it happened to Neymar, but I still feel Neymar is a bit more talented than Lamine Yamal was. But I'm afraid that Lamine Yamal's football maturity won't reach its peak, its best. Because right now, Lamine Yamal is amazing, but his football maturity, sometimes he keeps the ball a bit too much, which is normal. He's 17, ego, like I'm one of the best players on planet Earth. I can dribble past 3-4 players, which he did many times. But Messi used to do the same thing, but then he realized at 19-20, it's not the smartest thing to do. Sometimes when you have the ball, give it immediately. So that's what a little bit stresses me a little bit about Lamine Yamal.
I'm not stressed, man, because the way I'm not stressed 0%. Like I think he's 17 years old and he's just having fun doing TikToks and stuff like that, and it's light, but like he doesn't look like when he's on the pitch, like he does confident stuff, but I feel like he plays in a very mature way, like right now. Like when I watch him play, like he never does stuff that it's not supposed to do. He passes the ball, he moves in a mature way. What I remember the most is how he played in the Euros, man. It showed me so much how like he looked like a guy who's been playing for 10 years, like how he was playing, the passes he was doing, shooting at the right time. But hey, we'll see. Like sometimes when you get famous very young, it can fuck up your head sometimes. Like you can start off like that, but then Man, it's hard, man. Like, imagine you're 17 and you're fucking famous on the social media, and you're fucking rich, and you go to the stadium, everyone's crying your name. How do you not become egoistic or narcissistic?
Well, it didn't
or you
happen
think
with
you're
Messi.
the shit?
Yeah, well, it didn't happen with Messi.
Yeah, because he's like a socially awkward guy, shy. But I mean, for a lot of people, man, it goes to your head, man.
Of course,
like
of course,
I wouldn't lie. If I was 17,
yeah.
but if I remember how I was even now, if you were paying me $100 million and I was a celebrity and everything, and I go to the stadium, everyone's shouting my name, maybe I will become an asshole, man. It's not impossible.
No, of course, like I said, it's a little doubt that might happen. It's a little problem that maybe, because from what I see right now, Lamine Yamal, he isn't perfect. Of course, no player is perfect. But right now, he's not lacking anything. And he's probably the greatest 17-year-old to ever play the game. Like Johnny Manziel is the greatest college player of all time, right? That's Lamine Yamal. He's the greatest 17-year-old to ever play the game. There's no doubt about it. But now, so what I only try to like predict, I'm playing the devil's advocate. So I'm saying that maybe the only thing that could fuck him up is that part of him not ever reaching full football maturity and on the pitch,
Sure,
not outside.
I agree. That's the only thing that can stop him is himself.
Because let's say Maradona off the pitch, he didn't have football maturity. He would do cocaine. He would go to parties. He would hang out with drug dealers, with criminals, with mafia people, with prostitutes, whatever. But on the pitch, his football maturity was very developed. Very developed. Sometimes he would have the ball, one touch, amazing pass. Neymar, you don't really see him doing one touch, amazing pass. He likes to keep the ball. And then when he keeps the ball, the game stops and he just looks at the player. Messi never did that. Maradona never did that. Even though Neymar outside the pitch, he's not football maturity the best, but it's still better than Maradona. Maradona did fucking cocaine for 4 days straight, and then he would go play. Like, who the fuck does that? But on the pitch, his football maturity was through the roof for Maradona. And that's the only thing that's the only negative thing that I can say to Lamine Yamal is maybe his football maturity will never fully develop in the coming years.
It's possible if you want to pick something that could happen wrong. Okay,
like I said, I'm playing devil's
advocate. I don't
advocate,
agree, but we'll see.
Yeah, of course.
Because I think in the Spanish football, like Spanish players, they're not like that. Like Brazilian players are like that. Argentinian players can be like that. Like Messi's not, because he's like how he is. But even you saw like Argentinian guys like. They're like little criminals, like, you know, like because they come from Argentina, you know, like when they won the World Cup, you know, like they're a little bit like that South American guys, but like Spanish guys, they never do that stuff. Like they're very humble, like the Spanish Federation players, like the way that they come up. Like look at Iniesta, Xavi, look at Pedri, Gavi.
Yeah.
They're all like
he's not like them.
No, I know.
They're full blown Spanish.
No, I know. He's from like Africa, but he's still like. He grew up there and he's with the team and with the I think he's not gonna be as bad as those South American guys.
Of course, probably he's probably not gonna be like Neymar, of course. But the only thing is now, as a sociologist, I can say that there's a big difference between Spanish players who are born to Spanish parents, who are real Spanish in a way, real Spanish, then second generation immigrants. Same goes for in Canada or in America, wherever.
Like Lucas, we're second generation immigrants, but I'm more Canadian than Yugoslav.
No, of course. But my point is, if I was to look at crime statistics in Canada, probably second generation immigrants do more than 50th generation immigrants.
But he's Spanish.
That's for sure. Yeah,
but he's Spanish, so I'm not worried for him.
Well, I mean, Spanish is still not as humble or nice as Canadians.
But Canada is like too much.
Yeah, too nice.
It's too
except for when it comes to hockey games.
Yeah.
three fights in 9 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so top scorer is still Robert Lewandowski, 20 goals, and Kylian Mbappe close to him with 17 goals. Rafinha is third with 13 goals. I think that maybe Mbappe could surpass Lewandowski and win the player with the most goals, the golden boot for the La Liga. Because I feel like Mbappe is now gonna be exponentially better, just more and more better.
This is his ceiling.
Of course, he's 25, but his ceiling is right now the best player on planet Earth. That's his ceiling. I think he's gonna surpass.
But he's never gonna win Ballon d'Or. I feel like.
No, I think he is. I don't think he will.
He's
25. I think he can win one. Let's say maybe not this year, but let's say next year, if France do really well in the World Cup, maybe even win. Hey, why not?
I feel like he could be like a Neymar with Mbappe. He's always going to be very good, but he'll never win it.
But still, Neymar, what fucked him also is he was in Messi and Ronaldo's era.
I know, but I don't know why. Like, it's just a gut feeling.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I cannot explain it.
So I feel like Kylian Mbappe is going to surpass Lewandowski and become the top scorer of La Liga.
Sure, Lewandowski's old, man.
They still have 14 games left. I mean, 3 goals differential is very possible.
Yeah.
Top assist makers in La Liga, Lamine Yamal is first with 10 assists. Iñaki Williams second with 7 assists. I think Lamine Yamal will finish first with the assists because he does amazing passes. He has amazing players like Rafinha and Lewandowski who can finish and will finish. So now for the Premier League, we're going to jump into the Premier League a little bit. Liverpool is still first, 26 games played, 18 wins, 7 draws, and 1 loss. 61 points.
But they're the best.
61 points. Second are Arsenal with 25 games played, 15 wins, 8 draws, and 2 losses, which is 53 points. And third, still, again, Nottingham Forest. After 25 games, they're still third.
I think Man City is going to pass them.
I hope so, man.
Yes, they are. So. They are.
Nottingham Forest are third, 25 games, 14 wins, 5 draws, 6 losses, which is 47 points. Man City fourth, 25 games, 13 wins, 15 draws, 7 losses, and 44 points. And Chelsea are sixth now, man.
Yeah,
that's a little problem.
Harder for them, but
Bournemouth are above them. Bournemouth are fifth. If it finishes like this, Chelsea aren't playing in the Champions League next year and even not in the Europa League. And that's a big fumble. That's a big L for a big club like Chelsea. That's a big L.
It's hard, man. It's so hard to win, man. I feel like you cannot always judge like clubs by if they don't finish first or because it's so hard to be good, man. Every team is trying to be the best. And yes, they spend a lot of money, but I feel like sometimes teams are just happy that they were better than last year. Mm-hmm. Because it's so hard, man. It's so hard. It's
especially
like even,
in the Premier League.
It's like in a lot of sports, as the owner or general manager of the team, like you need to look at it this way, like, okay, like we won't maybe win this year but let's just be better than last year, you know, like that may be a big win for them. Like Chelsea, they finished like 10th last year, so if they finish 6th or 5th, the inside going to be like, okay, look, like we're better this year, like because it cannot be every year Premier League or bust. Like how teams are going to operate then, like
especially in the Premier League,
fuck man,
which is the greatest league in the world right now. But even all the leagues,
like if you say like Champions League, fuck, if we win it, like fuck.
But still, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying Chelsea should have standards of winning the Premier League this season, but they need to have standards in finishing fourth because Chelsea not playing in the Champions League.
They still have time.
Of course, they still have time.
They could.
But so far, they're sixth. And stats are stats, facts are facts. They're sixth right now, and they need to finish in the top 4, or it's not a disgrace, but it's not the greatest season, and they should have had a way better season because they need to finish fourth. They need to play in the Champions League, man. Chelsea, like you said, football is better than Chelsea, of course.
Yeah, but it's better if they were there. But I still feel like there's still time. Like Chelsea and Man City could sneak in the third and fourth spot. Yeah, they could, man. There's still a lot of games to play.
Liverpool, I was talking to a lot of my friends, Barca fans, like me, and they're all hyping Barca. Of course, Barca are amazing this season, blah, blah, blah. But then I said, guys, this game recently where we won, but still, the other team was putting a lot of pressure on us. And the problem with Barca, since 2009, let's say, with Pep Guardiola, when he came to Barca, it became more technical, more tiki-taka, and they still have kind of that style of play, Barca, like always, right? But if you want to fuck up the tiki-taka style, the only way is through high pressure and intensity. That's how you fuck up tiki-taka. Then, of course, if they have amazing players, they're going to get out of it. But if their players aren't Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Messi, that's why it works so well, because those players, you can pressure them all you want. They're not losing the ball. But Barca's problem now, and it has been for the past 20 years, me and my dad were always saying the same thing. Sometimes Barca, when you put a lot of pressure on them and you play very fast and very quick, they get scared. They start passing the ball backwards. Do you remember when Rakitic was always passing the ball backwards? Iniesta, Xavi. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And that's when Barca lose matches. That's why Barca lost twice against Bayern Munich in 2012, 7-1, and 2020 in the COVID years. They lost like fucking, 8-1, something of that sort. And it's because Bayern, they know that against Barca, if we put high pressure, and of course, it can fuck them over because if they put high pressure but Barca get out, Barca can score very easily. But if we manage to put high pressure and play very fast, we can fuck over Barca's style of play. And Liverpool play that style. And they play that style with high confidence and amazing quality. Amazing quality. Barca played against I forgot the team, but it wasn't amazing quality. But they put pressure, and you felt Barca playing a little bit less better. But Liverpool, if they can put that amazing pressure and play that fast with amazing quality, which maybe their quality is a level above Barca this season. They have amazing quality. I think that Barca's problem in Champions League is Liverpool.
But look, this is my opinion. So do you think that Liverpool have more talent than Real Madrid?
No.
They have the same?
Real Madrid have better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they have better talent.
Yeah.
And they don't play the same, Madrid and Liverpool.
No.
They play differently, but they play similar, like...
Similar. High pressure, fast.
And then a lot of counter-attack quick. And like Real Madrid, they have
get it up.
And look, when Madrid played versus Barca, man. Like both times, Barca destroyed them.
Yeah.
Because I think the thing that happens is, yes, Barcelona play tiki-taka. But right now, they have such good players. Like a Gavi, like a Pedri, who is like a fucking Iniesta and Xavi, and a Lamine Yamal, and a Rafinha who dribble and pass and are very smart. I feel like if Barca would play Liverpool, it will not be a shellacking of Liverpool. For me, that's the best game to be made. If the good Lord can bless us with UCL final, Barcelona versus Liverpool, I think that will be one of the best matches that we can see this year, because I think Barcelona have Madrid's number. I even think if Liverpool play versus Real Madrid, that Liverpool win. So I think, I don't, like, Liverpool could win. Could be Barcelona because
they have higher chances of winning than Barcelona. I'm going to be honest. I'm a Barca fan, but it has to be said.
For me, it's 50-50.
No, this season, how I feel like Barca and Liverpool, like we said many times.
We just said that Real Madrid have better players than Liverpool. They don't play better.
On paper, Real Madrid have a better team than Barcelona.
Yes.
On paper, Real Madrid,
I don't even know them.
Believe me, they have.
I don't know them.
I mean, first of all, just the fact that you have Vini and Mbappe and Bellingham. I mean, who can compare to those players?
I like more Pedri than Bellingham.
No. Yes, because he's more technical. But
I like more Rafinha than Vini too.
No, Vini is better. That's the thing.
I think I like more Rafinha now.
No, of course. I love Rafinha more because of his style of playing is from Barcelona. But Vini is better.
But Vini doesn't do a lot now with Mbappe.
No, he's better. Vini, believe me, on paper, Real Madrid have the best squad. It's not even debatable. Their midfield trio is better than Barca's midfield.
Pedri, Gavi, and who's the other?
De Jong or Casado or whatever.
Fuck, that's very good too, man.
But it's not comparable to Valverde, Bellingham, and Camavinga. It's not comparable.
It's close. It's very close though for me.
For me, maybe it's close, but still, Real Madrid's midfield is better and their attack is better.
But sure,
Mbappe is the best player.
Then we saw Madrid versus Barcelona. Look what Barcelona did to them twice, dude. It wasn't a fluke.
No, but my point is, what I'm saying is, Real Madrid on paper have a better team than Barca. Barca play better than Real Madrid.
I think they have a better team composition.
Yeah, better team composition. They play better. Barca don't have better players than Liverpool. They have the same. Oof. They don't have a better team composition than Liverpool.
I think Liverpool have better the 11 players. Like if you would grade the 11 together, it's better. But I think Barca have better individual players.
Okay, but at the end, it's 11 players. But
I think like they have better defensive line. Much better than Barcelona's. In the middle and attack, it's close.
The thing is, it's only because Lamine Yamal and he's only 17. Salah is there, Cody Gakpo. I mean, Liverpool, believe me, on paper, next to Barca on paper, in my opinion, I don't know who's better.
I think it's tight. It's very tight.
And so far, who's
very
playing better as a team? Liverpool are a little level above Barcelona, in my opinion. Their team composition is a little level above, and their style of play, I feel like it could fuck over Barca, but at the same time, Barca could fuck over them,
like they did to Real Madrid,
of course. But I think that so far, if Liverpool were to play against Barcelona 10 games, it will be minimum 6-4 for Liverpool.
We just need to see them in Champions League. We'll see them.
Needs to happen. But
in the finals, please,
so far,
Lord.
The only team that stresses me for Barca is Liverpool.
It's the only team me too.
And the Champions League, also Real Madrid, man.
Sure, man.
Also Real Madrid. I don't give a fuck.
Because they have
I don't care how many times they lost against Barca this season. 2 times, and it was a wash.
But I feel like if they meet in the Champions League, of course they have a chance of winning. But I feel like the Barcelona guys, like they know in their minds that they have them. Like I even think Real Madrid players when they go versus them, like, fuck, man, like there's not shit we can do.
Yeah, it's mental.
In their head, they're like, man, we played them twice and they were playing with us. And they remember the last game, bro.
Of course, I remember, yeah.
They were playing with them. Like, even how Real Madrid looked good versus Man City, Barcelona looked better than that. How much Real Madrid looked good versus Man City, Barca looked better than that versus Real Madrid, bro. They shellacked them, dude.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because history, I mean, Barca won many times against Real Madrid, and Real Madrid also won many times against Barca. And there's also a time where Barca won 5-0 with the famous Piqué's hand gesture against Real Madrid. But, I mean, that happens, but then there's also games where Real Madrid
I think it would be tighter, but I think Barcelona would win.
Yeah,
but
I think Barca would win also, but Real Madrid are back and they're going to be amazing because they're
every
players.
Year they're there.
On paper right now, in my opinion, they have the greatest team. On paper, in my opinion, they have the greatest team. So we're talking about Arsenal, Chelsea, Man U, 15th. Man U guys, cancel the project. Yo, Ruben Amorim, have fun.
I don't even know what to do, Andre. But what do you want him to do?
Ruben Amorim isn't him. He's a normal coach.
Who?
No one else. It's finished. Forget about it. It's finished. You need I don't know. You need a Sir Alex Ferguson type of coach who's 35. And somehow, I don't know, you need so much shit to happen.
But Amorim, he was so good at Sporting, man. Like, I think it's the team. The team is toxic, man.
Everything is toxic, man. Everything is shit. Anthony, when he was at Man United, Anthony the GOAT, when Anthony was at Man United, he was shit. Now at Real Betis, he is fucking amazing. He was always amazing. When he was at Ajax, he was a phenomenal talent for Brazil, whatever. At Man U, everyone was fucking with him. Oh, he's the GOAT because he was so shit. But when he arrived at Real Betis recently...
Why people were saying he's the GOAT? Was it like a meme?
Because he's not weird, but sometimes he does celebrations. He does like, once he was as a substitute, he was coming in, and then he started looking at the players like, you know what, I'm coming in, I'm gonna fuck shit up. He's just like a meme. He's a meme.
Okay.
And then people are like, oh, he's the GOAT, but he's shit. At Man United. But now at Real Betis, like... He's turning that meme over and he's fucking playing amazing. He scored a volley. Volley was fucking phenomenal. And I think that when a player goes at Man U, they become shit, man.
I don't know what to do with Man United and just burn the place down. Burn everything down.
Burn the stadium, rebrand. You gotta rebrand shit, bro.
Fuck, Man United that's crazy, man. It's crazy to see a team fall off that hard,
and
man.
It's Man United, bro. They were the greatest team.
I don't think
English club of all time.
But look, if they fire Amorim, then what did they do?
I don't know, man. No, you don't fire him.
There's nothing to do.
I mean, for the
it's a
Man U
fire.
fans, for the next 3-4 years is gonna be the same. Maybe next 5 years, who knows? But for next 2-3 years minimum, nothing's gonna change. You guys are gonna. I hope you guys don't get relegated because you're 15th right now, and if you finish 18th, 19th, and 20th, you get relegated.
I can't imagine. Burn the club down. Burn the stadium.
Imagine Man U gets relegated.
I'm not watching football anymore.
Imagine Man U gets relegated. That would be
the biggest news of the century.
One of the biggest shames in football history. For Man U to get relegated, Man U, the club with the most Premier League trophies, for them to get relegated, oh my God,
that would be insane.
That would be a real shame. Now, top scorer in the EPL, Mohamed Salah with 24 goals in the Premier League. I gotta give it to him. That's amazing, man. I think he's a top scorer for all the top 5 clubs.
In Europe,
yeah. So he's probably gonna have the Golden Boot, European Golden Boot, and of course the Premier League Golden Boot. Haaland has 19 goals. Do you think that Haaland could surpass Salah?
Yeah, he can.
You think?
He can go on a crazy spree, and they're playing very good now in the English Premier League.
Yeah, they're getting better and better.
They're playing very good.
I think that Salah's gonna finish. I mean, Erling Haaland could, of course. There's a possibility.
He scored 5 in 2 games.
Yeah, of course.
He's back.
But I feel like, and he's back right there. Yeah. But I feel like Mohamed Salah's gonna finish first, and he's also the first in assists with 15 assists, which is also probably the first in all top 5 leagues for assists. So Salah is having an amazing season when it comes to stats. Player now, of course, is an amazing player. I'm not sure if he's the best player on the pitch in Europe, in the world.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give him that. But stats-wise,
his team gives him golden opportunities after golden opportunities, man.
And but stats, he's amazing this season. Stats-wise, he's amazing. Yeah. Now we're gonna go through Serie A a little bit. Napoli are first, 25 games, 17 wins, 5 draws, 3 losses, 56 points. Inter are second, 25 games, 16 losses, 6 draws, 3 losses, 54 points. And Atalanta are third with 25 games played, 15 wins, 6 draws, 4 losses, which is 51 points. And Juventus now are fourth, which is 25 games played, 11 wins, 13 draws. 13 draws for Juventus in 25 games. What the fuck? That's more than 50%.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 1 loss, which is 46 points. Atalanta got kicked out of the Champions League by Club Bruges.
That happens, man.
Damn, bro. I mean, it's still Atalanta. They're not like an amazing club,
they're not amazing
but still
club.
Club Bruges, and they were having an amazing season so far, Atalanta. So that surprised me a little bit.
It's 1-2 games, man. So you can get knocked out quick.
Anything
man.
can happen.
Yeah.
I feel like for Serie A, I think Napoli's gonna win the title. I hope so. Also.
I don't follow a lot of Serie A.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
But Inter are playing well. Like I started following more Serie A because, like or not, it's a historical league. Inter are also playing really well, so Inter could sneak. They're only 2 points differential from both of them. But I feel like Napoli this season with all their players, they're just playing phenomenal. Goal scorers for Serie A. First is Matteo Retegui for Atalanta, 20 goals. The same for
that's good.
For Lewandowski. Yeah, it's really good, man.
Yeah.
Moise Kean for Fiorentina, he has 15 goals. Marcus Thuram, Inter, 13 goals. And Ademola Lookman for Atalanta, also 10 goals. I feel like Retegui isn't slowing down. His 5 goals in front of Moise Kean. So I feel like it's going to keep going. And I think that Matteo
Is he Italian?
Retegui, yeah, he's Italian.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Or he's Argentinian, maybe. No. Because you know how Argentinians, they all have Italian last names like Messi, Maradona, Di Maria. I think he's Italian, though, Retegui. Yeah. I think he's going to finish top scorer. Nuno Tavares, he's an amazing player for Lazio, man. I saw, like, he's one of their left wingers, man. He's playing really fucking well. Brazil?
Nuno Tavares.
I think he's Brazilian.
Okay.
Nuno Tavares, yeah, I think he's Brazilian. 8 assists. And guess who's second in Serie A with the most assists? First touch. Lukaku. Lukaku. 7 assists, not bad.
Yeah, but it must be like tap-ins.
Yeah, and this is the thing. People started overhyping Lukaku recently at Napoli. He's a number 9, so goals matter for a number 9. He only has 9 goals compared to Retegui, who has 20. But he's 5th top scorer, but still 9 goals. I mean, either way, you know how much I don't really like Lukaku because his first touch is shit. Now for the Bundesliga, Bayern are first, of course, with 22 games played, 17 wins, 4 draws, and 1 loss, which is 55 points. Maybe so far, we're talking about Liverpool having the best season. Maybe even Bayern, man. But
they're very good.
Different league. That's the only thing.
Different league, but I feel like Bayern can make some noise also in Champions League, man. They play very good, and I think Vincent Kompany is one hell of a coach.
Yeah, like we said, like his style of
coaching. I think he's a real coach.
That's what we fucking like. His style of coaching, man. That's what we want, baby.
Yeah.
That's the old school coaching, like Sir Alex Ferguson. I feel like Bayern, man, they're gonna be a problem in the Champions League, like we said. They're gonna win the league. I mean, Leverkusen are second again, man. They finished first last season and now second. That means that Xabi Alonso is a real manager.
He can even be coach next year for Real Madrid. I feel like
that would be crazy.
Carlo Ancelotti is at the end, man. I don't know how
He's
many more
old,
years.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more years he can coach, but I think Xabi Alonso could go to Real Madrid. That would be scary. That would scare me for real.
That would be awesome, bro. They had Zidane, which is a Real Madrid legend, one of the greatest midfielders of all time. A Real Madrid legend, and then he came as a coach for Real Madrid. Of course, golden generation, fucking Ronaldo, Modric, whatever. Won 3 Champions League, 3 years. That was crazy. But Xabi Alonso, he proved himself for 2 seasons now at the Bundesliga. I feel like that could be an amazing switch for Real Madrid.
Or, man, if I'm Man United, man, I would fucking empty my bank account for Xabi Alonso.
For Xabi Alonso?
I would empty my bank account. I would give him whatever the fuck he wants, man.
That could be crazy, actually.
That would be, I think, Man U, man, there's nothing to do with that team, man.
Yeah, no, Man
I
U
think they'll even fuck him.
Yeah, of course. If he comes somehow, he'll be like, yo, there's nothing I can do.
They'll fuck him.
And whenever I see Man U, the first thing I think about is 2015, Jose Mourinho saying, I won 2 Champions Leagues. I won many domestic cups in Serie A, in La Liga with Real Madrid, in Portugal. I won a Champions League with fucking Porto, man. Like, who the fuck does that? That was phenomenal. Then he won another Champions League with Inter. For Manchester to have 2 Champions League, that's a lot. And he said, he has like 3 Premier League titles with Chelsea. In Inter, very successful coach. And he said, my biggest accomplishment is finishing second with this Man United team. And at that time, when he said that, everyone was bashing him. He's like, what? That's your biggest accomplishment, finishing second with this Man United team? He's like, yeah, believe me. And fast forward 10 years, he was right. Because Mourinho, like it or not, he's a genius coach. He's one of the greatest managers of all time also. And I think he saw, he's like, yo, with this Man United team, there's nothing I can do, bro.
Oh, fuck it. He still finished second. And that's
and he finished second. Imagine if Man U right now were to finish second
they would
in front
be
of
so
Chelsea
happy.
and Man City.
They would be so happy. They would fucking sell their soul to the devil for that.
That every single time when I see Man United, how they perform, I always think about that Jose Mourinho quote in 2015. And I'm like, wow, man, he destroyed that.
He destroyed that quote.
And for Bundesliga, Harry Kane, 21 goals. And Marmoush is second with 15 goals.
Yeah, that's why they went to go get him, and he's playing very good.
Amazing player, Marmoush, man. Really, man, he had an amazing start also for Man City.
Yeah.
Amazing player. His hat trick was
really
really good.
It was all good shots.
I also want to add Ederson, bro, his first goal for Marmoush, the assist he did. And also, Ederson is a goalkeeper, and he's one of the goalkeepers with the most assists. I think he's actually the goalkeeper with the most assists.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Ederson, man, good.
He's like
good
a new
with the ball.
generation, like newer, but even like more than newer.
See, all of that came from Neuer.
Yeah. They revolutionized the position.
Allah, I mean, crazy. Not every single goalkeeper plays the same way as Neuer. Every single goalkeeper. And he's still the goalkeeper for Bayern Munich. He's 38.
Fuck, man. But he's at the end. They need to find a replacement soon.
But a goalkeeper can play a bit longer.
Yeah, like Buffon. Yeah, he can still play,
And now for the top assist makers in Bundesliga, we have Marmoush is second with 9. And he's first. Wirtz has 9, and Marmoush also has 9.
You see, Marmoush is destroying it in the Bundesliga.
Really, amazing player. I mean, Man City are really happy to have Marmoush. I can feel it. Now we're going to just breeze past League One real quick. PSG first. I mean, League One right now, it's at an all-time low for the past, 15 years, 10 years. It's at an all-time low.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Now it's shit, man.
Yeah.
It's good. It's almost back to shit now.
PSG, 22 matches played, 17 wins, 5 draws, 0 losses, 56 points. And Marseille are second with 22 games, 14 wins, 4 draws,
I guess
4
you can
losses.
watch Marseille versus PSG. That would be an exciting match because they hate each other.
Of course.
So much.
But you know what I'm happy to see? Dembele playing so well for PSG. Because Dembele, I said it many times. You guys heard me say it many times. Potential-wise and talent-wise, he's phenomenal, man. Dembele, he's amazing. And right now, he's first top scorer in Ligue 1 with
much less
16
pressure,
goals.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's
much less pressure.
Yeah. Maybe
because in
that's
Barcelona, there was they were hyping him a lot, so he put a lot of pressure. Maybe it's like an emotional guy, so it got to him. But now he's like nobody's talking about him anymore, so he just has to play, and have fun. So maybe that unlocked him.
Of course,
his
mentality. You know how they say pressure makes diamond, but also makes rubble. Yeah. So maybe pressure with him made rubble. Yeah. But he's first in Ligue 1 top scorer, 16 goals. Second is Mason Greenwood. Yeah. Do you remember his story?
Yeah.
That he raped his girlfriend, but he came back with her.
Okay.
Right now he's still with her.
Okay, it was bullshit. Dating. Okay, so she just.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't read the article well, but I'm pretty sure I read that they're back together.
If she came back with him, that means she just went crazy and said fucked up shit. I don't want to say surprise, but I mean. If he raped you, would you come back with him? What the fuck? That's bullshit.
You know who's third top scorer in Ligue 1? Our Canadian brother, Jonathan David, 12 goals.
He still plays for Lille?
Lille, yeah, still plays for Lille. And Bradley Barcola, fourth with 11 goals. Bradley Barcola, man, I feel like he's a problem. He's a really good player, man. I love his style of play. Really good. And then UCL, tomorrow are the draws for the round of 16, so tomorrow we're going to know who's playing who.
I'm excited to see that because then we're gonna know the bracket who can go to the final
and how it will look like.
I hope, swear to God,
Liverpool, Barca.
Yeah, please.
One thing's for sure,
separate them.
No,
please.
they're gonna be separated.
Okay.
Because I think so because one finished first and the other finished second, so you can't have them in the same fucking side. I mean that doesn't make sense. You have the two greatest teams. They proved it on paper, and you're gonna put them on the same side. I mean, come on. Put them each on their side.
Separate them,
And then the final, Real Madrid,
Liverpool.
Barcelona.
That'll be so good. Where's the final this year?
Bro. Amazing game, man. Milan are out of the Champions League. AC Milan, I mean. But it's sad to see Leao go out. But hey, he wants to stay at AC Milan, man. Atalanta are out. Benfica are going through. They won against Monaco. Bayern, man, they drew against Celtic this past game.
Yeah, but
still they won 3-2, so they're going forward. Real Madrid talked about it. PSG won 7-0 against Brest. They won fucking crazy against Brest, man. And I think this Champions League, man,
it's gonna be interesting.
Book it. I I think we can say book it between Liverpool or Barcelona winning it. I mean, they're just
maybe
too dominant.
Bayern. I feel like Bayern could be dark horse.
Yeah,
and Real Madrid, of course.
Those 4 teams. Man City, they're out.
No.
Liverpool, Barca are like top.
Yeah,
and then below
Real
you have
Madrid and
Bayern and then Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Maybe Bayern and Real Madrid very close to each other.
That's my 4-2.
Yeah. Okay, so your thoughts on Luka Delić to LA Lakers?
Man, first of all, man, from Dallas' side, man, they're so stupid, man. Like, I honestly think that I heard a lot of stuff, people saying, oh, why did they do the trade? Like Dallas guys saying, oh, he got fatter, like Doncic, because he's fucking Serbian. He likes to drink and eat.
Food and
he's not the most disciplined. But I think that they brought in like a new general manager. It's like a young, like a creative guy, like, and they went to the final last year
with Luka.
But they lost versus Boston, who Boston a couple of years back, NBA was very offensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like fucking Golden State versus when it was 3 years in a row, Golden State versus Cavaliers. Like there wasn't that much defense. It was just a lot of offense.
Mm-hmm.
But now like the league, like I don't know why, but it's just going very defensive now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's very defensive now. Like the best teams go far, the teams that are the best defensively.
Bad for viewership.
It does like that. It does that for all sports. Like even NFL, like some years offensive teams they dominate, and then next year defensive teams dominate.
Mm-hmm.
Like this year, like the Super Bowl was just Eagles defense dominated the Chiefs. That was the game. Like even if Eagles scored a lot of points, I mean, like the defense was killing them so much that. But now in the NBA, it's going back to defensive, and I heard the general manager say that they think that they can only win championship with defense in this day of NBA. And Anthony Davis is much better defensively than Luka Doncic. So they want to get AD, but AD. The thing that is so stupid is that AD is like 6 years older, and you cannot do moves just thinking about championships. Do you know how much the LA Lakers are so fucking happy? And honestly, me too, and all the fans and the media and everyone is fucking happy that Luka is at LA because Luka is so talented. He's going to be one of the best players in the league, and now he plays in the biggest market in the NBA. The LA Lakers have the most fans. They have the most recognizable brand, the most championship. Magic Johnson played there. Kobe Bryant played there. LeBron played there. Shaq played there. And now Luka played there. So honestly, the Dallas Mavericks are fucking... Because winning championship is not all it. You want to be good. You want to make to the playoffs, and you want to sell a lot of jerseys and to people to talk about your team. It's not everything about just winning championships. Even I think honestly they're gonna win a championship with Luka faster than Dallas.
Way faster.
But I think also now Lakers, man, that's just a genius move. They're gonna the team is gonna stay relevant now for the next Lakers are always relevant and good for them. They always make a lot of money. People always talk about them, and man, like when it happened, it was such a shock. But now that the dust has settled, I feel like it makes a lot of sense that Luka is there because it's God's plan. You have the best player in the biggest market. It's just perfect. It's just like Messi at Barca or Ronaldo at Real Madrid. Like it's just perfect. Luka at Dallas, it wasn't perfect. Like he got drafted there, but now that he's at LA, I look at him play in the jersey. I'm like, yeah, man, it makes sense. Like I'm happy that he's there. Like I'm happy that Dallas made a stupid move.
But that was a very, very, very stupid move. I watched many podcasts, radio stations, whatever, Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, whoever, they all said it makes no sense. Then if you go on social media, like they make a lot of memes of like how the trade went down. It's like the general manager being stupid, and then the LA Lakers general manager like, you want to give us Luka Doncic for what? Anthony Davis and what was it?
Max Christie.
And 3 first-round picks.
No, and
like
one first-round pick.
One first-round pick.
And Max Christie.
He's like, okay. Like, that makes no... Luka is was their franchise player. And not just that, 8 months ago, Luka brought them to the final.
Yeah.
I mean, so...
He did everything, yeah.
They want more chance of winning the playoffs. But just 8 months ago, Luka brought you to the finals.
I think they thought that they want to play defense, but it's not like when you have Luka Doncic, you can do that, man. So at 25, just before he hits his peak,
he still has
one of the craziest
16
things
years.
And also another thing that's very crazy is that they didn't shop him. Like usually when you negotiate, it's like I'll negotiate with him, and then I'll use what he negotiated with me to get better from you. So I can be like, okay, the Lakers offered me this. Can you offer better? They didn't even do that. They were just talking with the Lakers. And what was such a big shock is that they kept it secret. So he didn't talk to any other team. He was just talking with the Lakers. So the Lakers, like he couldn't like hardball him, like say like, oh, Boston offered me Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, so you do better. He didn't even do that. How the fuck? Like, I don't understand what the fuck they did, man. Like, that's the biggest surprise. It's not the trade. It's how, because me too, I listen to a lot of experts talk. It's not the trade. It's how they did the trade that the people are the most surprised in such a stupid way. Because they didn't get they could have gotten more back.
Of course, everyone's saying that. It doesn't even make sense. Like, I don't know. Like, he received a lot of death threats, the general manager. Like, he doubled his security. He has way more security now
because fans want to refund their season tickets. But it's so crazy that it happened. But I think everyone is so happy that it happened. Like
not from Dallas. Anyone who isn't from Dallas.
Not from Dallas, but I feel like a lot of, because look how much people start talking about the NBA now. Like that was like even the football players, like everyone was like interested. But now like it was shock. But everyone like. People in the NBA, they're like, fucking thank you, Dallas. Because Luka at LA, like, fuck. That's so good for the league.
Of course.
It's so good for the sport. How many people are going to listen now to Luka at the Lakers?
Luka and LeBron,
But LeBron's going to leave soon, but then it's going to be Luka's team. That's perfect.
And of course,
because if LeBron would have left, then you have a big market team like LA that suck. You don't want that.
With no star player.
Yeah.
And like LeBron said, his favorite player, he said it for the past like 2-3 years, is Luka Delić. Yeah. And LeBron said, no, I had nothing to do with the trade. And Colin Cowherd said that he knows many journalists who know down to the shit that happens. And he said, no, it's actually true. LeBron didn't know nothing about the trade. That's
so crazy. That's so crazy. And there was a video recently because now JJ Redick, who was a player, now is the coach.
Yeah.
And then like Luka was coming back from the court and he went to sit. And then JJ Redick was just looking at Luka coming and sitting and he was like... He was so happy. Yeah. And then you see him stay like, okay, stop it. And he come back to normal. Yeah. Because he was like so excited. He's like, he can't believe like, what the fuck? How the fuck do I have now Luka Doncic in my team? And
it's like when Messi came at Inter Miami and the first game, Beckham was crying because when he saw Messi, because Messi was on the bench first game, then when he saw Messi enter and he saw Messi with his jersey, number 10, Messi behind his Inter Miami jersey, running on the pitch with the ball.
Bro,
Beckham started crying. He's like, what the fuck?
Because Messi is worth more than the team, fuck.
Bro, he's worth more than the league. Messi's worth more than the MLS, bro. He's like, what the fuck? The greatest player of all time is on my team. Yeah. I feel like it was the same. Maybe not for us the same because Messi.
Messi is the GOAT. But Luka Doncic, like, man, like...
He's 25 right now. For the next 10 years, he's going to be one of the greatest players.
But I'm so happy that it happened. Like, the league is happy as shit, man. Like, the commissioner, he was jumping in his bed... so happy because everyone like it's just perfect. Like it was a lag for me, but now like when I look at it, it's like it's like when Messi won the World Cup for me now. It does the same feeling. Yeah. I'm so happy he's at LA.
Maybe not that big.
Maybe not that big, but like it's. I'm very happy that he's there.
That the trade from Luka from Dallas to LA will help viewership a lot in the NBA? Because if I have stats right here, and these are stats, viewership is way down in the NBA. Like they're 5% down compared to last season. And last season they averaged 2 million. Now they average 1.77, and it keeps going down. They dropped 19% year over year. NBA and ESPN, ABC, and TNT are averaging roughly 1.4 million viewers per game. It's a big drop. Like I said, 19% year over year. And like some industry experts say that what didn't help early on in the season is no Laker and Warriors game. They said that didn't help. And they also said that the Yankees-Dodgers World Series took a lot of their views from the NBA.
Maybe, but I think the biggest thing is, and I heard a lot, there's a lot of talk about that right now because, right now with the Four Nations tournament in hockey, like hockey never had more viewership than NBA. Like hockey was always like a smaller sport, but right now, like there's a big debate right now, like on all the big channels, is that hockey right now with the Four Nations tournament, which is like a tournament that they just replaced the All-Star break with. Like this is the first one that ever happened. It's the first Four Nations tournament ever. And they're not even playing. It's like exhibition. They're not really playing for nothing, but it's because people are watching that a lot because it's United States, Canada. But like the thing that I think people like a lot is like that the hockey players, like right now there's a player, PK Subban, who's not a commentator, who's very, very famous hockey player now. He comments and he said, why people are listening a lot to hockey is because hockey, you cannot just go on the rink and just fuck around and play, like, because it's such a contact sport. When you play hockey, you need to give you everything. You need to fucking, even if it's regular season, yes, it's not as high pressure as the playoffs. Playoffs is always a degree more, like they hit more and they skate more and it's more stress. But even during regular season, the guys leave everything on the floor. There's no like, oh, I'm injured, oh, I'm tired, oh, I'm just gonna fuck around. You cannot do that in the NHL or in NFL because you're gonna get rocked and killed almost.
Yeah.
The guy's gonna destroy you. And also, like, the team is bigger than the player in NHL and NFL.
Yeah.
So if you don't play good or you don't give your 100%, the vets are gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. I don't care how good you are. You need to hustle. You need to back check. You need to skate back, hit that guy. So, and now it sparked a debate. NHL versus NBA, and a lot of guys are saying, but what's good about the NHL is the guys are really playing and giving their all, not like the NBA. NBA, you watch games, sometimes the guys are fucking around, shooting threes,
because you can't.
jogging.
How the sport is done, you can't fuck around.
Exactly, it's just because of the nature of the sport.
Yeah.
But you look at the sport, like, and even Luka, I love him, but he doesn't play defense.
Yeah,
like,
he
you
doesn't.
watch him, bro, he comes back, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
And that doesn't help.
Yeah,
and
I know.
even I heard Stephen A. Smith, he's a basketball connoisseur. Like, that's his bread and butter. He's been doing that since he's very young. He talks about all the sports, but NBA is his prime. And Stephen A. Smith was talking to PK Subban, and he said he thinks that the star players of the NBA fucked up the sport. And I think he's right, because the star players have gotten so much, like, the
Value.
the Curry, LeBron, KD era, like, was very good. Like, NBA viewership was fucking huge because, look, the NBA was like this. It was dying, then Magic and Bird came, and then it became big because they were playing a lot and every
Crazy,
game counted.
yeah.
And even look, then Jordan and Kobe,
Then Jordan,
fucking psychopaths.
Yeah, of
but
course.
then it exploded too because every game was like do or die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die on this court. I don't care. That's what people love. And
course.
then LeBron came and KD. LeBron has insane work ethic. Stephen Curry. So then they built this NBA to be so big. And now young guys come and then they profit from what they built. And then they just act like superstars. And now they're getting paid 80 million, 70 million because of what these guys did,
Yeah, of course.
basically.
Yeah.
Because they built up the league to be that way by their hard work, and I'm going to die on the court.
Mm-hmm.
But now NBA is such an individualistic sport that they just come, shoot threes, fuck around, don't defense. So I think Stephen A is right. I think the star players and the nature of the sport, it's not that much of a team game. It's a very individualistic sport. It's fucking the star players are fucking up the NBA because they're not giving their effort. They're just profiting of what the last generations like fucking laid on the like Jordan. Every game was like, you need to kill me to get me out of here. But in the NHL, that's why people gravitate to that a lot because you look at the games. 3 fights in 9 seconds and they're not fucking around. The guy who wants to fucking knock him out. You know, like,
of course,
they're playing for real. They're not fucking
Passion,
around.
it's passion.
And
You
even
can feel
tonight,
passion,
is going to be USA-Canada final. It's just an exhibition, but they're going to kill each other.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you,
that's
bro.
what people love.
That's what people love, bro.
And hearing you talk about how star players right now are fucking up the NBA because, first of all, nature of the sport, it's a very individualistic sport. It can become a very individualistic sport. But it makes me think of, the quote, hard times create hard men.
Yeah.
Hard men create good times create weak men. I feel like it's the same.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
LeBron and Kobe, whatever, they created this euphoria of a place. And now you have like a great place, which is going to create weak men in a way. Basketball, and it's just going to fuck shit up.
Yeah,
that's
but
what I see.
Maybe right now what's gonna happen is like the NBA is gonna very much go down, and then teams are gonna be hungry for guys who are like a Jordan, like a Kobe, who are gonna hustle and maybe bring it back. But I feel like everything goes through waves, so we'll see. But like that's the reason why. And even like in NHL, like the star players, man, they leave it all on the floor, man. They're not doing their fancy pants shit,
especially
man.
NHL. Like we said it many times, your NHL players are just fucking. I mean, they're the most fucked up people I know. Like athletes, they're the most fucked up athletes. I said it many times. I mean. That I think that's what people love the sport. And what do you think about? Did you see what Colin Cowherd? I sent it to you. What he proposes for the change in the court of the
I don't think that will change nothing. When I think about it now,
you like to take off the corner three
I
and
think,
to take a foot back for the 3 line.
I don't think it's that. I think there's nothing to be done. Even if they do that, it won't change nothing. I think Stephen A is spot on. It's just the star players. They're fucking up the league because they're just like privileged kids that have a lot and they don't like every match should be do or die, man. That's what fans love. Like, and that's what's like. It needs to come back to teams need to be harder on players and coaching need to be harder on players, and everyone needs to play and everyone needs to play hard. And I think that's what needs to come back. What he proposes, I don't think it's gonna change.
But you don't think that the constantly shooting of 3 points is fucking up the game a little bit?
I think they're showing threes because they're lazy.
Because like I heard
and
Colin Coward say,
then it's like
yeah, and I heard Colin Coward say no one wants to see Victor Wembanyama, a 7'5" guy, shoot threes. We want to see him dunk. We want to see him drive, whatever. So I think maybe that's also fucking up. But I think that, like, the way you explained to me of what Stephen A. said, I think that makes a lot of sense. And it makes more sense than...
It's because your star players are playing...
The
even how much really Luka, man, he doesn't do nothing on defense. He should at least try, man, and hustle.
Of course. But he's never going to change his mentality. Luka, I don't think so. I don't think he's ever going to change his mentality. Who do you think is the new face of the NBA? Is it Shai Gilgeous?
No, I think there's no face right now. That's my opinion. There's no face of the league.
Yeah.
That's also fucking them up a little bit.
Of course.
Because when you do, it's even like soccer right now. Like, maybe we could look at the numbers, man, but it's still huge numbers. But I'm sure that it's not as big as when it was like 2015, 2016, 2010 to 2019. I'm sure it's not as big because who's the face of soccer?
Right now?
Yeah. You don't have a face. You don't.
You have many faces.
But you don't have many faces. You have a lot of good players. You don't have a face.
Yeah.
Like for a long time, we had Messi, Ronaldo. Those were the faces.
Yeah. And then below you had Neymar.
Yeah. And for a long time, we had LeBron and Curry. But now there's like nobody. I think that's also fucking them up.
Of course.
But soccer, probably we're not talking about it because people are so diehard fans that people still watch it. But I'm sure less people watch it.
Football?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, of course. Without Messi and Ronaldo, of course.
Because look, just our father. He loves football. Since Messi went to Miami, he doesn't even watch a little bit now.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Our dad doesn't follow anything, not even the Champions League, because Messi isn't there anymore. Yeah. And, I mean, our dad, like you said, he fucking loves football. So imagine people who love football way less than him, like 99% of people who love football love it less than our dad. Imagine them, how they watch
way less people are watching, for
way
sure.
Less, that's for sure. For the NFL, what were your thoughts on the Super Bowl? And also... is the GOAT debate over for now?
Oh, fuck, man. This is another crazy thing that happened. Like, for real, man, I never saw this before. Like, that one game had such an impact in a guy being the GOAT or not. Because if Mahomes would have won it, he would have, like, people were going to start to talk that he may be better than, already now a bigger GOAT than Brady. Because Brady never three-peated. Never. And it was never done in the NFL to three-peat. So he would have been the first to three-peat, to win 4 Super Bowls in like 5 years. Even if Tom Brady has 7, there would have been an argument. And even I would have said, but yeah, man, but now that he didn't want it, now he only has 3 Super Bowl wins, and the 2 losses he has were blowouts. Like Brady, that never happened to him, blowouts. Like he lost Super Bowls, but always tight.
Yeah.
Like by a couple of points. Or like Eli Manning that does a crazy pass and the guy catches on his helmet, like stuff like that. But right now, man, I feel even if he wins 2-3 more, even if he wins 6, those 2 blowouts, I don't think he has to win more Super Bowls than Brady to pass him now.
But for now, you feel like the GOAT debate is over? It's Brady?
The only way he can pass him is if he wins more Super Bowls. He needs to win more than 7.
He has to win 8?
Or 7. He needs to tie him at least. But because because he didn't hit the three-peat and because he got blown out, that's important also. Blown the fuck out.
Yeah, of course.
He needs to at least equalize for people to say that he may be the GOAT.
So for now, the GOAT is Tom Brady?
For now, he needs 7 at least.
Yeah.
So he needs 4 more, which is a fucking lot.
That's a lot, man. That's crazy. Just to tie him.
Just to tie.
And if he wants more, he needs 5.
He can tie to be better because if he ties, he has more talent.
Better. Because he plays better. Do you think Tom Brady was happy that he lost?
No, I don't think so. He's not like that, Tom Brady.
No,
he's
like
humble.
That.
He's very humble.
Yeah.
Like even when they won last year, Tom Brady was asking him. He's like, yeah, he can be better. And I saw like in his...
He doesn't really care.
I saw his body language and the way he was talking. I'm like, oh, okay, I thought he was, but he is not. He's not like Ronaldo.
But I think
like he would say it like... even if you ask him who's better talent-wise, he said Mahomes.
Yeah.
Even he would say Aaron Rodgers better.
But I think Tom Brady...
Even he doesn't even say that much that he's the GOAT. He doesn't say that. I think I never heard him say it.
Yeah, he's very humble. That's true from what I saw. But I think that Tom Brady at the same time is like, I did so much. Like, I did GOAT status. I reached GOAT status with my talent. I think deep down he knows how good he actually was.
But he's smart to not be like an asshole about it.
Of course. But he knows that I'm like it or not, there's a little bit of luck also that played into it.
Of course.
With his manager being that team, whatever. But at the end, he has 7 Super Bowls. But I think that he's like, yo, bro, thank God. Because, you know, when he played college, he didn't play for a big college.
No.
Like, it was drafted.
He played for big college, but he wasn't good.
Yeah, then he wasn't drafted early on. So.
And you see another thing with Patrick Mahomes is right now he has a GOAT coach. Like Bill Belichick was a GOAT coach, but when he was with Brady, he was young. But now Mahomes has Andy Reid, who people say he's the best offensive coach of all time. And he's like 76.
Oh,
like
that's old.
He's very old, man.
That's old.
He's maybe people say he's gonna play maybe 1-2 more years.
That's a
so
lot.
After
man.
that, Andre, he may not never win again because you need. You cannot be Brady. Would have never been Brady without Belichick.
Of course.
I guarantee you that Mahomes wouldn't have 3 Super Bowls if he didn't have Andy Reid. I guarantee it. Maybe not even one.
Football.
Maybe not even one.
American football, I think, is a sport where coach matters the most. Like the most by far.
Because they choose where everyone goes.
Yeah.
Like they matter the most. Like having an elite coach can change the team. So Pat Mahomes may never win one again, man.
Damn.
It's possible. I'm telling you. If Reid leaves, man, I'm telling you, it's possible. I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm honest to God, man.
Well, how about Jalen Hurts? What do you think about him? How good is he?
He's very good, but he's not a top quarterback. Like he's not. Patrick Mahomes is better. Josh Allen is better. Lamar Jackson is better. Like talent wise, like even Joe Burrow. Even for me, almost Justin Herbert. Like he's very good, but the thing with Jalen Hurts is like he's a very good soldier. Like very disciplined. His teammates love him.
Very humble.
Very good leadership. Very humble. Like he's not the fastest runner, throw the farthest, but he's like I would fucking love him to have him on my team because he's like a great soldier. Like he'll do what he needs to do, and but he's not the most talented. You know, like a Bellingham.
Yeah, of course.
He's like a soldier. Like yes, sir, I'll do what the fuck I need to do, but watching play is not the most talented. He's like Bellingham.
Yeah. What do you think about his Super Bowl performance? Him and Saquon Barkley.
I felt like the defense for me stole the show because Mahomes couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, that's true, man.
And
that's fucked up.
And at the half,
Mahomes
he didn't do nothing.
Proved, like, I don't know football that much, but he proved his talent. He did like 2-3 passes that were like, what the fuck, Mahomes. So that showed me his talent.
But for me, the MVP was the defense.
Yeah, the
because
defense,
of course they scored a lot of points, but the defense shut him so down.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
That was crazy.
And Kelsey, he was nowhere to be found.
He didn't even catch one ball, I think.
But
the defense shut them
he
the
was
fuck
nowhere.
down.
Kelsey was nowhere, man. And what are your thoughts?
He caught one pass.
Really, just one pass? Yo, he
shut them the fuck down.
Nowhere, bro. Crazy, man. What are your thoughts on Jets moving on from Aaron Rodgers, who is 41 years old right now?
I think he's done because he got injured so late.
So you don't think that any team should take a risk on him?
Maybe like a team who's ready to win now, and that they have a very complete team. So he doesn't need to do a lot because he's not aging as Tom Brady. Because Aaron Rodgers, he likes to do ayahuasca and go on Joe Rogan, and he likes to fuck around and go on podcasts and laugh. So he's not as disciplined as Tom Brady, and he's 40, and he got a very serious injury that's 41. Very hard. 41, and he's got a very serious injury that takes a lot of time to recover. So he's good, but he needs to go to a team that's ready to win.
How good is he right now?
Like if he goes to a good team, he could go in far in the playoffs.
All time, how good is he all time?
Like one of the most talented ever.
Really?
One of the most talented. Didn't win the most, but like when he was at his peak, it was crazy how good he was. Even if you ask Tom Brady who's more talented, I think he would say Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Honestly, even if you ask Bill Belichick, he would say Rodgers is more talented.
Then,
like his throws.
Yeah,
his throwing is crazy.
He's better than Patrick Mahomes, talent-wise.
They're the two GOATs.
Really?
Because before Mahomes, they were saying Rodgers is the best passer.
Yeah. Okay, so Rodgers was that good.
Because his passes are fucked up good.
Okay, yeah.
Even when I was watching, I'm like, what the fuck? Like a magician, bro.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
Shit, that's nice to hear. Super Bowl halftime show. Now, for this one, I'm going to say it. Yo, that was one of the worst halftime shows I ever saw. I'm not going to lie. That was one of the worst halftime shows. It should have been Lil Wayne. It's fucking New Orleans. Of course, I love Lil Wayne. You know I'm a Lil Wayne fanboy. So, of course, I'm going to be biased. But at the end of the day, I feel like Lil Wayne is a better rapper, has better songs. And I feel like I'm pissed that Kendrick Lamar didn't sing his best songs. He didn't sing. He sang Humble. He didn't sing Swimming Pools, Drank.
Money Trees.
But he didn't sing none of those songs. He sang his new songs. They're all the best. Of course, he was going to sing Not Like Us and say, hey, say Drake. I heard you like them young. Of course. But this is one thing. They're saying that for the FIFA World Cup final, there's going to be a halftime show, and they're saying it's going to be Drake. Huh? Bro, imagine
That's
this.
crazy.
Listen.
I think he would be the best. He would be the best.
So Kendrick Lamar,
Or you know what? Also, we go like a Justin Bieber, man. That would also be good
course,
because
but-
he's so
Yeah, I mean,
like,
Justin Bieber.
but he's from North America.
Yeah.
Too. I think they want to have a
North
North
American
American artist.
Yeah.
I think Justin Bieber or Justin Bieber and Drake, that would be fucking amazing.
Well, the Weeknd also be amazing.
Yeah, sure, because he's from Canada too.
Well, when you think about it, like the biggest superstars right now who could play in a FIFA World Cup
Are
halftime
Canadian.
are Canadian.
Yeah.
Bro, just Justin Bieber, Drake, and The Weeknd.
Yeah, they're the biggest.
They're bigger than anyone in America right now, excluding Eminem, and they're old now, excluding Eminem, Jay-Z, whatever. But I mean, if Drake plays the FIFA World Cup halftime show, and he disses Kendrick,
Oh my
he
God,
won.
he destroyed them.
Because you know how
It's
many
possible, dude.
Of course,
it's very
because
possible.
you know how many people watch it for World Cup compared to the
And
Super Bowl.
Drake is more popular than Kendrick.
Of course,
and he
of
has
course,
and he
yeah.
has more like
Bangers.
bangers.
Of course. I mean, like or not, K-Dot is a better rapper, a better lyricist.
Yeah, very lyricist.
He is, but a better hit maker.
Is Drake.
Drake's probably
Maybe the best hit maker
of all time.
Even The Weeknd, because the Weeknd
I mean-
also.
I mean, probably Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Michael
sure,
Jackson
sure.
was fucked up. I mean, no one's gonna be like Michael Jackson. But right now, in modern, like right now, I mean, like hits. Drake
They're
is
gonna do it.
fucking
They're gonna do a halftime
phenomenal.
show.
Yeah, they're gonna do a
Because
halftime
it's
show.
like North American.
It's North American. Yeah, they want to do North American style.
You know what? Also, like when I was younger, I didn't like Justin Bieber a lot, but now that I'm older, now I respect him, and he's so
Of course.
fucking talented, and
Of
he
course.
sings so good,
No,
man.
his voice
he
is
has the voice of
amazing.
an angel, dude.
Yeah, I know. Like
Like when he sings, I'm like, holy fuck, dude! Like
know,
an
I
angel
know.
came from to the earth to sing to me.
Like when we were young, it was known to fuck
Cheesy.
around and say like, "Oh, you love Justin Bieber." Like when we were young, oh,
Yeah.
you're a Justin Bieber fan, blah blah blah. Fuck you. But when I was in high school, I actually heard him sing. I'm like,
He
bro,
sings so good.
He sings like an
so
angel.
Good. He sings, bro, like
His
it's
voice,
so
it's
beautiful.
angelic, bro.
No, it's angelic, bro. His voice is
and
angelic.
his songs, like, they're not my style, but
they're
for that
good.
style, they're amazing.
Yeah, no, they're
he's like
very
an
good.
amazing artist.
No,
He's
he's-
amazing.
no, he's- but-
and I mean, like, if we're being honest right now, as adults, 24, 27, as adults, I mean, imagine you're 15 years old. Forget about being Neymar. Forget about being Lamine Yamal. You're fucking Justin Bieber. He's way bigger than
He
all
would've
of them.
fucked everybody up.
Like, you're 15, you have someone gives you $200 million. Every single girl is screaming your name. Like, they're fainting when they see you.
No.
They're going crazy.
You Andre would have
Oh my
died
God,
of overdose.
I would have died of HIV, bro.
You would have died of overdose,
Something.
HIV, yeah.
I would have died of something, that's
Yeah,
for
for
sure. Oh
sure.
my God, imagine. But Justin Bieber, deep down, he's such a good soul. He's such a good person.
Yeah.
Like a real
Like
Canadian. so
sensitive,
good,
emotional.
so sensitive. That now you see the real him.
Yeah.
But imagine giving that to a sensitive guy like him at 15. Like, people were literally telling him, you're like almost...
You're the GOAT.
You're
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, bro.
Yeah.
You're the new Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
How can it not go fuck up your
Yeah,
head?
of course,
It
of
fucked
course.
up Michael Jackson also. With sleeping pills, whatever.
That's why, like now, like when I'm older, like now I respect him a lot.
You
And
have to respect
even if he
him.
did the halftime show, I wouldn't be mad.
No,
I'm like,
I would
I
be
wouldn't
happy.
be mad.
Canadian, I love Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
His
me
music
too.
is not my
I
style of
respect
music,
him, yeah.
but still, I love Justin Bieber. And now he's a really nice person, really religious, and I'm just happy that he survived, that he didn't overdose or
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
himself, like Jim Morrison, like the 27 Club.
A lot, yeah.
The girl who sings Back to Black,
Amy
Amy
Winehouse.
Winehouse,
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain, like many
He's good
people.
now. He's gonna have a kid.
He's
soon.
gonna have a kid. He's married. He looks happy. I'm just
Good for
happy
him.
that he surpassed that, and now he's doing well, man. Because man, really, it could have went really fucking sideways. Now we're gonna finish up with a little bit of boxing. What are your thoughts on Jake Paul in the boxing world? My thoughts, honestly, everyone hates him. Of course, he's a dickhead. But I think that he's good for the sport. He brings a lot of attention, a lot of money. Like or not, everyone knows that's a fact. The only thing that I don't like, but it's part of the game. It's part of social media. He's a social media. At the end of the day, he's a social media personality. And it's also part of the boxing game. He dissed the shit out of Canelo. Did you see that clip that he made on Instagram?
No.
Calling out Canelo to have a boxing fight, a boxing match with him. And he was saying, oh, you keep ducking me. I mean, first of all, we all know Canelo isn't
No, but he's
ducking
just
Jake
talking
Paul.
shit, and he
Of
knows
course.
he's gonna lose.
Of course, but he wants that bag.
But me too. I think he's good for the sport.
Yeah, I think
even
he's-
if you hate him, because he's bringing so many eyeballs and so much attention, and you see a lot of young kids now. Like I go to gyms and I see a lot of young kids wanting to do boxing. I think it's because of him.
It helps a lot.
I think it's because of him. I think a lot of young people are because before he came, I felt like UFC was running away with it.
Yeah.
All of the young guys were either wanting to do UFC,
Or watching.
MMA, or watch MMA. But now I feel like with Jake Paul, he's bringing it cool back. Like he's making it cool for a lot of kids, man. Believe me, a lot of kids find him very cool, and now they find boxing very cool. And boxing has a lot of new fans. And if you would ask the most smartest promoters in the world, they support and like Jake Paul, man. Believe me. But of course, it can rub some people the wrong way. But he's just doing marketing, man.
Yeah.
I don't hate him anymore. He's just doing marketing.
Yeah, of course.
He's just bringing eyeballs, man.
Yeah,
And that's what sells.
Yeah.
And like all the fighters should respect him too, because I think they're all making more money now because of him.
I agree 100%. Like, believe me, boxing, ever since Mike Tyson has left, has become an old man sport. Like, only old people watch boxing. Even when Mayweather, he was a boring boxer to watch. He's boring to watch. He's very, like, for me, he's one of the GOATs, maybe even the GOAT. Like, I love him. He's an amazing boxer. His skills are amazing. But to watch, he's not entertaining. He's not like Mike Tyson. He's not like Muhammad Ali. He's not like Tyson Fury. He's boring to watch. He's a boring fighter, Mayweather. So I feel like even when Mayweather was there, young people like us, I mean, I know many of my friends didn't watch boxing.
No one was watching boxing.
It was an old man sport. And I feel like UFC was killing it. Like,
Still killing them.
Still killing it.
Yeah.
They're taking all these young, like, every young guy that I know, they all watch UFC. They don't watch
And
boxing.
they want to do MMA. Like,
course.
even when you go to gyms, like, there's a lot of young kids who want to do MMA, but now there's like a lot of young kids who want to do boxing.
Of course,
now too.
yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jake Paul right now is bringing a lot of attention from young kids. I mean, a lot. He was the most paid under 25-year-old athlete in the world.
Yeah, man, because his marketing is insane.
Jake Paul. But as a boxer, you're shit. I mean, compared to these other big boxers.
He's a not good pro.
Yeah.
But he's still a pro. Like, he would still fuck up a lot of people.
Yeah, he's a pro like many people would get nor.
Like, he would knock me and you the fuck out,
course.
bro.
What
He
the
would
fuck?
destroy our
I hope
shit.
so. He will knock me out. The fuck, bro.
No,
I
I'm
hope
just
so.
saying, like, some people say, like, I would beat him. Like, no, man, he would fuck you up, man.
But I feel like Dana White's, because the UFC success is, it's 100%, not 100%, but it's like 80% Dana White. Dana White plays a big part in the UFC success.
Yeah.
And one thing is, when there's a fight, like we said many times, when there's a fight that needs to happen, it happens in the UFC. Always.
But now boxing is doing the same because boxing, they seen that. And you know what's happening? Like, the guy, Turki Al-Sheikh.
Yeah,
The head of
Sheikh.
sports in Saudi Arabia, he made a company called Riyadh Season, and now he even said it like in the media, like all the fights that need to happen, he makes them happen, and he's making everything happen.
That's so smart.
Like, now all of the boxing fights, no one's ducking nobody. Like, it better be Bivol, it was tight, perfect.
Second.
They're fighting now Saturday.
Yeah,
like,
this
they
Saturday.
fought like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
But he's not fucking around. Turki Al-Sheikh is like, man, like, we have all these good fighters. We need to make this shit happen. Like, and even it's so stupid how it was before. Like, we're gonna waste a man's career. Like, it was so stupid, man. You need to make the most out of people's. You need to make the most of their careers, even if they lose. Now losing, who cares now? Like,
I know.
Nobody cares
It's
about
because Mayweather changed it.
But
Mayweather changed the
nobody
game.
gives a shit now.
I know, but
Nobody gives a shit
in
now.
boxing, Mayweather fucked it up a little bit. And like Pascal Villeneuve, many people in boxing say it. Mayweather, what happened? He made young fighters, young boxers not give a fuck about the Olympic Games. Sugar Ray Leonard said that's the most important for young boxers is to care about the Olympic Games. Sugar Ray Leonard himself is a legend of the game, one of the greatest boxers of all time. He said, my greatest accomplishment is winning a gold medal. Mayweather made young guys not give a fuck about the winning
Olympics.
medals. They don't want to stay amateur for longer. They want to go pro immediately, and they don't want to lose. They want that like Mayweather, because they want that money at the end.
Yeah.
In the beginning, Mayweather wasn't making that much money. It was his past 5-6 fights that he made like 200 million a fight.
Yeah.
Because he kept that record. He went smart, but that fucked up the sport a little bit. Like, good for Mayweather. He doesn't give a fuck.
No, but now it changes. Now people lose and they still want to fight. Like, Tyson Fury lost versus Usyk, and everyone still want to watch the second
that's
fight.
how it should be, and it was like that. Muhammad Ali lost to Leon Spinks. Rest in peace, both of them. He lost to Leon Spinks, and he lost like 3-4 times. Muhammad Ali, and he's still like known as the GOAT. Mike Tyson lost. I mean, it doesn't matter if he lost, but I feel like Mayweather fucked it up a little bit. You're talking about better Bia versus Bivol. They're gonna fight this Saturday. Who do you have winning?
I'm gonna say Bivol, so there's a third one.
That would be awesome, huh?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Bivol. Also, I'm gonna go for Bivol. He's Russian, right?
They're both Russian.
Yeah, but one is Russian Canadian. He came to Canada, Montreal.
But he's Dagestani now. He trains in Montreal.
So I hope there's Bivol, because, like you said, the Sheikh from Riyadh Season, that was a fucking smart move. He saw that no one in boxing is going to do it. He said, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And he's taking all the big fights, man. All the big fights. And also, one last thing I want to talk about. There's going to be a Terence Crawford versus Canelo fight in September. Canelo, who is 34 years old, and Terence Crawford is 37. They're going to fight September 13th at 168 pounds. They're saying right now, because Terence Crawford has an amazing discipline, like crazy, like Mayweather. He doesn't drink alcohol, never in his life. He doesn't take drugs. He eats very clean, and he takes very good care of his body. It's not the same for Canelo. Even though right now Crawford is 3 years older than Canelo, they're saying right now Crawford is in better shape and in better form than Canelo. I think Crawford is undefeated. I think that Crawford will win against Canelo. First of all, Canelo is more like a rough boxer compared to Crawford. Crawford is very skillful, very smart, and the only way that Canelo could beat Crawford, in my opinion, is if Crawford, what happens with Crawford sometimes, when you start getting rough with him, then he gets into his ego and he wants to show it to you. Then he's known for taking a punch to give a punch, Terence Crawford, for his style. But against Canelo, that could fuck him up a little bit, but I feel like Terence Crawford is taking this fight.
I feel like Canelo is younger and he's bigger. So that's a big difference.
Terence Crawford? Yeah,
he's bigger.
is. Yeah.
He's way bigger. So that's a big difference,
but
man.
Terence Crawford's reach is way bigger than Canelo's.
I know, but I feel he's too small because look, even Canelo versus Bivol dummied him.
Yeah.
Because, man, there's a reason why there's weight classes. And in boxing, there's like at each 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference, man. And he's much bigger than him.
Yeah.
So that's why I think just because it's boring that he's much bigger. But hey, if Crawford wins, man, like even if he loses, no one's going to fault him. It's like a win-win.
Yeah.
If he loses him, fuck it, it's probably going to be a good fight. So good for you. You challenge a guy much bigger than you. Nobody's going to fault him. It's like when Canelo lost versus Bivol. Everyone was like, he's fucking bigger than him. So no one was like, his stock didn't go down.
Bivol is like 5'11" and Canelo is like 5'9". That's 2 inches and then...
and much bigger.
Much bigger.
So I feel like for Crawford, whatever happens, his stock won't go down.
Yeah. But I think that Crawford is better. And for this fight, I'm for Crawford. That was it, guys. ADP Sports with the GOAT, Luka Delić. Peace out.